I don't know. Is this an effective way to wake people up? Can you just will yourself to wake back up? I'm not sure that this is how this works.
Yeah, I don't know how to deal with this.
I feel like the startling.
Okay, I start shaking her as well.
Okay, yeah, no, now she's awake. She's definitely waking up.
I'd probably call you face
I
off.
was trying to be gentle and gradually wake her up, but apparently that's not gonna...
Think about what she's just been through.
Wake up!
Trauma. Point 2.
So is she...
Awkward. So is she awake?
Claw Two-Face? Yeah, 8 wisdom would be either Mangle or Maul. Okay.
All right, so you're shaking. You're like, oh, honey, wake up, and then she like, wakes up and scratches you in the face.
That's a lot of damage.
Can I use Force Shield?
Yes, you get a reaction.
I would almost argue against that because there's no way you were expecting that. That's flat-footed if I ever saw it.
Yeah, that's a good point. No, you don't.
But I'm also touching her mind telepathically, so I can sense that she's panicked in a dream or whatever.
So how are you not ashamed then of what you've done? She's clearly...
Yeah, you're not going to feel good about yourself. You are this. You're like, oh, or maybe you shouldn't have done this. I regret my life choices. And now I have a scar on my face to remind
What's
me
bad
of
about waking her up? What?
Do you want to know how I got this guy?
I don't have a token, so I
I
can't
woke up
roll
my friend in a really poor way. That's what happened.
It's a good way to make her sound threatening in the future.
We don't wake up Kalani.
There, you have a token now. You can also just open your character sheet and roll the thing.
No, it won't, because it was a macro, and then it said you need a character token selected in order to use this.
Oh, well, that's just a personal problem that you have, I guess. Then. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Kalani scratches at your face, but you said she was pretty distressed. She was kind of flailing before, so seeing it coming for your face, you deflect it with the force. So Kalani, you wake up and your claws just go out, and they bounce off of a force field.
What? Shiloh?
Don't be alarmed, but we need to go find Aelond.
What just happened?
I would be alarmed.
Yeah, I grab her arm and start dragging her out of the med bay.
What are you doing? Let me go.
She's okay.
Let me go. Let me go.
Okay, I let go of her arm, but you have to keep following. We need to go find...
This is terrible.
So, Aelond, what do you do once you convince Elora to go take a nap?
Well, after she's successfully passed out from all the brandy and such, I will go ahead, fix up my blaster, swap out the power pack, get 25 full shots in there, and then
you'd still be doing that when Shiloh and Kalani come roaming around to find you.
Yeah, that's about what I figured. It's about that far. Is about how far I got.
We need to go talk to Scarlet. Let's get off the ship.
What?
There's a lot we have to discuss.
What is going on?
I'm not sure, but I'm about to find out. And with that, I'll twirl my blaster around and holster it. And then head towards the exit of the ship.
Alrighty, and now I'll make everybody else have their token.
So you now have a very jittery and confused Kalani.
As
following.
opposed to exhausted and confused Kalani. We now have a jittery Kalani.
I'm not sure this is improvement.
The different confused Kalanis. I'm gonna make a shirt that has the different confused Kalanis. There's the jittery and confused, the dazed and confused, the tired and confused.
The annoyed and confused.
Yep, that was a real one.
Well,
The
she
angry and
may
confused.
still be a bit dazed, but that's faded a little bit.
All right, so you three come out of the ship. Let you see Lexa
It's
and
more jittery now than than the quiet dazed.
yeah. So you see Lexa and Radek kind of standing a little bit out of the ship when you come down, and you hear some nice jazz music playing in the hangar. Except me, I don't hear it because my computer is dumb.
I don't hear it
Yeah.
either anymore.
I don't.
I was gonna say, neither
Yeah.
do I.
What? No one's hearing the jazz music?
No, it cut off a little bit ago.
You should just stop it.
I did. I was trying to fix it, and then apparently then nobody was hearing
You
it.
broke it. You broke it. That's what happened when you stopped.
There we go.
There it goes.
All right, so you hear this very not tonally appropriate music playing in the hangar
What is going on?
because Radek likes his jazz.
I want him to be swirling a brand of whiskey and smoking a cigar in a velvet red chair right now.
Hangar in his like actual base, like his actual like where he lives, he may or may not have a red chair, but he does not have one at this hangar.
Darn.
Aelond will come out without jacket and just purposely walk towards Lexa and Riddick.
Kalani is hanging back and glancing around. Very jittery.
Aelond, Kalani, good to see you, alive and well.
As you as well, lass. You got that missive as well, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
What missive?
I'm not happy.
I think the Sith have Pachez.
I think so too.
What is going on?
Kalani, sit down. You're in for a story.
What was that?
I was like, story time! We actually get to RP and explain things. Oh my goodness, this never happens in this campaign. I'm excited.
So we
Did
sit
you
down and then
ruin
we
my
explain
serious
everything else.
countenance? I was like all serious and ready, and you're like, ah! I was like, great, there we go. There it goes.
We sit down and we explain everything to her. She knows it.
Basically, what it comes down to is this. I think Shiloh is correct. I think Pachez has been kidnapped by the Sith. I think the Eraser is interested in Aelond for reasons. I think he wishes to make contact with us. Radek here is going to help us with these circumstances. We need to figure out who's coming after us and why people want. What's the Sith plan to do with Pachez?
Blink.
Well, Pachez is a small powerhouse of force magic, timey-wimey stuff. So
I think you're cutting it out, Barry.
or pausing, unless you heard everything I just said. No. I think Pachez is just a bundle of or a powerful bundle of magic, force, timey-wimey stuff. So there's not much else. That's the only reason the Sith need is he's got power.
I don't know. There are things that are deeper in play here than I originally thought. Radic, I think you had something you wanted to talk to us about. Radic! Q!
Alright, hang on a sec. Sorry.
Are you... Bazak, quit bugging Kylar,
I'm not.
okay?
No. I have to do things, okay?
Don't blame me for this.
Just whenever I see a GM just typing quietly, it's usually because Bazak has a question. And we're clarifying. Or he's doing the plan.
But aren't those other things usually all related to a plan anyways?
Yes, but it distracts the GM immensely.
You get another message from the Sith transmissions.
Both of us or just her?
Just her, because her and Pachez were the only two who are linked to that.
Okay.
Okay, so sorry, context.
We're waiting on Riddick, or he had something to discuss with us about yada yada yada.
Oh yes, the eraser. Alexa wanted to know what I knew of him. Well, I've been tracking his movements. Well, not his movements, his actions. He appeared on the scene 5 years ago. He's very good at disappearing anything, as you have no doubt figured out by now. But at first I thought he was working directly for the exchange, and so I wanted to get a handle on him to see if he was going to be a problem for my endeavors. But I've found that he seems to be working for everyone. And not just major crime syndicates. If anybody has the money, he'll make you disappear. I just don't understand how he's been able to elude the wrath of the larger criminal organizations, because he has made high-profile witnesses disappear. I think he's running his own type of witness protection. I'm not sure if they decided to leave him alone because they don't know where he is, or if he does enough for them that the occasional loss of somebody they wish to deal with has disappeared. I've never met him. I've never heard of anybody being betrayed by his erasing, so I think he tends to try to do what he says he's going to do. But as far as I know, no one knows what he looks like. Nobody knows where he operates. No one even knows if it's a single individual or if it's a greater organization. Although, if it's a larger organization, that would be much harder to hide.
Does he ever unerase something?
Nothing that I've ever seen. I suppose maybe if someone had been erased and decided they didn't want to be, perhaps.
So you think he has some kind of code of honor? Once you're erased, that's it. He won't go back on a deal.
That maybe, although maybe he just has no reason to ever unerase someone. I think, though, he tries to maintain his deals so that the syndicates don't come after him. If he unerased someone, I don't think they'd have the same level of trust in him, and then they might see him as a problem.
If he plays every side, if he's as good as it seems, then why would he reach out to us?
I'm not sure. You didn't give me the full context. How did you run into him in the first place?
There was a Trandoshan on Coruscant that we believed was connected to events that were taking place there. His identity was erased. Couldn't really find anything about him, and also an old contact of mine, old rival really. Her identity, her records, anything pertaining to what she's done was also gone. So Aelond and I decided to search for him. We put out an alias, and Aelond was trying to erase himself. I figured if we got a hit, then it would be something as simple as, I'm interested, come find me, or he would simply ignore us knowing who we are. But it seems as though he knows much more about us than we intended, and he seems to be eager to meet.
Any indication of why he might want to meet?
Aelond?
As to why, I'm not sure 100%, but I'm not sure what to think of this. It's not the first time I've been betrayed by my eyes. I don't want to fall for it again.
He said something about us fixing his mistakes. To be honest, every word that he writes is layered in easily deceptive context. It's the sort of thing I would say when I'm trying to deceive others.
Well, I've never heard of anyone being personally invited to meet him. But if he has information, which I don't doubt that he does, at least in some context, he seems to be very good at finding information. I suppose it wouldn't hurt.
What is your interest in him?
Mine? Well, it started out because I wasn't sure who he was working for, and then I wanted to know if it would upset the balance. See, I work with the Exchange, but I also work with the other criminal syndicates to get information, move my operatives. And so someone like that, who's working on a single side, could have disrupted everything I've been laying down. So when he popped up, I wanted to make sure I knew what he was up to. I still don't know what he's up to, though.
So if we manage to figure out, or at least meet with the Eraser, you could better gauge motives and so forth. Correct?
Well, it sounds like he wants to meet with you. I'm sure he knows, at least, who I am in general. I try to keep a low profile, but someone as adept at hacking as him will have probably picked up something somewhere. I don't think he would meet if he knew I was coming.
Why do you say that? Does he know something of you?
I don't know what he knows or not. There are a lot of rumors since I work with the criminal syndicates. No one really knows what I do, only that I have connections and resources. But I'd imagine that someone who makes people disappear for a living would be very keen on keeping his identity a secret.
And someone who's never going to forget him and live past him. That's not someone he wants to know.
Oh, I don't think there's any way he knows that I'm not living, I guess would be a way to say it. But I don't think he would trust me. I have too many connections to the criminal syndicates for him.
says he's on Terrace, and we have 7 days to find him. Perhaps that should be our next step.
That's what it sounds like. You know what happened to the little one? Her little ball of chaos, who seems to just blow stuff up all over the place.
You know, I'm sure he'll turn up. He gets into trouble often.
Well, he does. It'd be kind of peaceful eventually if he didn't, but we'll see what happens.
Shialu, Kalani, you both have been very quiet.
I have no idea what's going on.
Look, Kalani. Why did you wake her up? She's clearly not ready for this conversation.
Why did you wake me up?
Well, if Pachez is captured by the Sith, that concerns us.
What?
Also, what does the eraser have to do with it?
The Eraser wants to meet with us. He knows more about what's going on than we do. He says that if we meet, he will give us information.
There's also the thing of, the Eraser can find pretty much anyone, so if we wish to...
You're cutting
Rescue.
out there.
There's also the whole thing of, if we meet with the Eraser, then he can find anybody that we need him to, including a small 4-foot tall bundle of explosives.
Despite the difficulties you all know I have
So
with
what-
Pachez. The
So
idea
what
of
do
one
we
of-
think happened to Pachez?
I don't know.
What?
I believe he's been taken by the Sith. But we don't have any
Yes, he had.
We don't have any information as to where he's gone or who took him or any of these things. We have transmissions, and I suspect who they are from, but we know nothing. We need information, and there's no point in going some half-cocked mission to go try and find him. We could track you and Aelond. There was a trail and we followed it. There is nothing. And I have no we could go back to the amphitheater, but I doubt there would be anything for us to discover from that carnage.
I had looked to Shiloh.
I just tried to sense Pachez in the Force. He's unconscious and seems to be in a bag or something. I think he's still unnourished.
I mean, unless you can pinpoint him now. Nashadar is a big place. It's even bigger than... I mean, it's even bigger than the surface area would seem.
Couldn't I track him?
You have to go to his last known location, correct?
Yeah.
There's no going back there.
Yes, not wise to go back there.
Well, if it's the only way...
It's not the only way. That's what we're saying.
Correct.
Eraser... Radic said that no one has ever met the Eraser. Why is he going to meet us and suddenly help us?
Yeah, how is this idea a good idea?
We need information. He has it. The fact that he wants to mate with us, it's suspicious, but, well, there was a time that Mr. R here wanted to meet with us, and we didn't open that door. Maybe
That
was
would
the
have been a very different conversation.
But
I
you
think it
would
all worked out for the best.
Yeah, what's the deal with him?
He's my friend. That's all we need to discuss for now on this. We need to make a decision here. We need to decide what we're going to do next, because whatever we do, we need to do it together. Enough of the... I'm done with the... 3 of us do this and 2 of us do that. We need to make these moves together if we're going to survive. Not just survive, but protect other people we care about and others. Shiloh, I know you share with me the disconcert that whatever happened back there, it should never have happened. And we need to do our best to make sure something like that never happens again.
I'm still not clear on what did happen, except it's very, very bad.
What's even more disturbing is it seems like that's the way Pachez wanted it to go down.
What?
I mean, I'm tempted to believe that as well. The only other option is that perhaps something went wrong that we don't know about and he felt cornered. Knowing him, that's very unlikely.
Well, the spirit that was accompanying him from Thela is talking to me and said that nothing went wrong with his plan.
What? Spirit? What are you talking about?
You remember the...
I think you're familiar with the City of the Dead, right?
Of course.
No. No,
It's
I
the
don't think she
city on-
was.
I've been there.
But
Yeah, that's where the shadow was.
but not for the first visit.
No, but she's been there. That was where we faced
Yeah,
the
but not
shadow.
for the- yeah, she's been there.
We fought the
Yeah,
shadow.
she's been there. She knows about the spirits, and because they tried to actually contact her.
One of those spirits was traveling with Pachez, and she came to tell me that he was.
What? What? We've had what? What?
He actually cut out right
All
at
I
the
know
end
is
of
that
it.
he was. Pachez, apparently, according to Olivia, was planning to kill all those people, and then he was captured.
What?
He
What?
what? He planned that?
Us a bit much.
Apparently,
Us a bit much. Even he knows that there was innocence in there. Or at least those who were imprisoned by the exchange.
There were hundreds of thousands of people.
well, apparently he didn't want to kill the prisoners. But he wanted to kill all the audience members, so he tried to kill them.
Why? Well, there was no
I
need
think
for
that
it.
he's sort of succumbed to the forces of chaos. So we need to find him and
Are you,
do something about it. Help him.
are you saying he's fallen to the dark side?
Well, as far as I know, he doesn't subscribe to those philosophies, but in the context of harmony or chaos, there was definitely a lot of chaos at work. And the Jedi might call it the dark side, but Tia would call it chaos.
Well, I was raised by someone whose mother was a Jedi, and from my perspective, when you purposely kill that many people, there's nothing but evil and hatred within you. That is not a neutral act. That is a decided thing. It's one thing to kill someone because you fear what they will do or you're defending yourself, but I'm not sorry. I mean, those people who I don't assume were good, they came to watch a blood battle. It's not a good motivation, but the death on that scale, there's no call for that. Ever.
I agree.
That is
Their deaths
horrifying.
and screams were echoing through the force. You should be glad that you could.
And perhaps we should just leave him to his fate. Let him join with them. And then we can do some inspection of stopping him along with the rest.
Well,
If we're lucky, they'll do
we can't really just leave him to them?
How
Why
long
not?
would that be?
That
Why not? He's stubborn
Okay,
enough. He'll
if
probably
he
let himself be tortured to death.
joins them, the, you've seen at least some of the things he's done, right?
I've seen the results of them. I guarantee you,
Yeah.
there's some rather surprising things that little bundle of power can do.
So if he has fallen to the dark side, that
What would you propose? Or we go rescue him and pretend like nothing has happened. Talk to his better nature and say, you really should have thought about it before you killed all those people. He's clearly, there's no more discussing. The things he's done up until this point have been annoying, to say the least, and perhaps we thought they were just traits of someone who's been isolated most of his life, but this is unforgivable.
if he has fallen to the dark side, which is certainly sounding like, then it's as much as I'd like to say otherwise, it's more about stopping him now.
Well, we can't let him teach the other Sith the things that he can do. But we also don't have to
Yes.
kill him. There are ways to sever someone from the Force, and we could turn him over to the Jedi.
How do you propose we do that? Look at
I
us.
couldn't hear what you said there. Sorry.
How do you propose we do that? Look at us. We have 2 Force users and a droid and a gunslinger. None of us have ever been able to compare to his power. We sent him in to do things that we cannot. Now you just want to march in there and rescue him, stop him, cut him off from the Force. I don't think anything short of a star cruiser slamming into him will actually get anything done. Even then, he'll probably find a way around that.
Well, somehow the Sith managed to capture him, so we also need to free him from them before they can fully convince him to join.
I think he's convincing Pachez of doing anything he doesn't wish to.
Maybe we could contact the Jedi and ask them to send some Jedi Master to reinforce us. What do you think, Knight Starfire?
We
Look.
would need someone for certain.
You can do what you want, all of you. I don't want to help him. I want to do something else. I don't think we need to, but I don't want to do anything that will hurt the rest of you. So perhaps maybe I should just remove myself from this discussion and you can decide what the next move is. But he has done is everything against my conscience, and I cannot. I can't deal with this.
I understand less. When you sit down and look at it from the grand scope of things, the way we're looking at it, he's done something very evil. And that's the only way I can describe it. If I were still in security, if I were still in law enforcement, and something like this had happened, no matter what planet, even here on Nar Shaddaa, I would be one of the ones who would be hunting him down to stop him. I don't know how.
sure all I need to find is a hollow net, and there's enough enough people who employ bounty hunters that I could find have a dozen of the contracts on him. In fact, that's not even the worst part. The worst part is that he used our trust, and he used what we, in good faith, had instructed him to do.
To commit genocide, no less. From the sounds of, he only told me explosives, and that was all. That was the last thing I ever heard from him. And
I think I was clear about all the exits being marked with explosives.
yeah, using explosives. Aelon's not sure what you meant by it, other than yeah, they're all marked with explosives.
Don't go there.
Yeah, don't go there. He didn't want Aelon to go there, but why? So.
Shiloh, I'm surprised you even want to go. Of all the people, I would have thought you'd be on my side of this.
I don't understand. If we agree that he's done terrible things, we need to try to stop him from helping the Sith do even more terrible.
Yes, but
Yeah,
not
that.
to go rushing after him. Just to find another way.
Okay, what way?
No, you had a good idea there with employing some Jedi. We need to gather information, find out where he is.
Information gathering takes time. I would suggest that you have a far more pressing matter to deal with. If the Eraser is correct and we're reading his words correctly, there's someone on board your ship who is not as she appears to be. That seems to be the more pressing matter to me, anyway.
What? What's this one? What's this about now?
I was hoping to avoid that one,
What?
but yeah,
Aelond, I didn't want to say anything, but
I saw the. That's all right. I saw the communique as well.
What are you talking about now?
Alora, Kalani, Alora.
Alora may not be Alora. It's
Not again.
Yeah. It's
So, what do you wish to do? If the Eraser has information, and he has proof, that would be helpful. I don't think upsetting the girl now would be a good idea.
How do we know we can trust this Eraser about anything?
We can't trust anyone. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
The people in this conversation are the people I trust. Anyone else in that ship should be seen as potential enemy. And we should be careful what we say to them. I'm sorry, Aelond. I know that this hurts you, but
I
the
understand.
last time we thought we found Alora, she tried to kill you.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not feeling great right now, as could be expected, but that's also why I'm more hesitant now to leap to conclusions and to go, oh, Alora, let's go hide off somewhere. Because this is now...
May I suggest a solution to the problem?
Go for it.
Your ship is still being repaired. I have another you could borrow. The rest of them, I imagine, are asleep at the moment, or at least preoccupied. I could tell them that you had to go on a mission for me at my request, as a favor for helping break you out. You go meet with the Eraser, find out what he knows. I'll keep an eye on all of them. And let me know what's happening.
You wouldn't come with us.
I think it would be better. As I said, I don't think the Eraser, if he finds out I'm with you, I don't think he'll want to meet. So I think if I stay behind, I trust myself more than I trust my crew, although I do trust my crew a great deal. I would feel better knowing that I had an eye on them.
All right.
I think
Go ahead.
I think that is a sound plan.
I agree with you. I think that this would be. It would solve at least one problem with at least following this trail. It would solve one problem. It would also provide options for everything else. I
We should also leave Jim behind.
sadly.
Jim?
The droid, he can't be trusted. He's Picasso's droid, and
Oh, that's Pacaz's. I was just
Yes.
gonna say he would get in the way of the mission because he talks too much.
he does that, and also I think he sort of thinks I'm his mother, which makes me
What?
uncomfortable. But at any rate, also if he knows that we have no intention of helping his master, he might cause us problems. We should leave him here.
I'll
Give
look
him a
after the wordy droid.
Yeah, give him a task. See if you can't get him working on some of the repairs too. He seems to be good at it, and it might be a good way to limit his particular vocabulary, shall we say?
I think if I keep him distracted, he might not notice you're gone. To be honest.
That would be for the best.
Well, you can take my speeder to the other ship. Here are the coordinates. Hands them to you, Alexa.
She takes him.
I'll start seeing if I can find out where they've taken Pachez if you decide to go after him.
All right. You don't happen to have a jacket, do you?
Not
Just
here.
a short one will be fine if you want. If you have.
I don't have anything here. My ship has clothes on it that may fit your particular style.
All right. Well, that'll work. That way, if Allura really is Allura, then I can be sure she's safe with you. With my jacket, even though that's pathetic, doesn't do anything, but at least I know she's got stuff.
And I'll
Okay,
take all
well,
the heat.
What was the exact the exact thing that said the thing sent to you? What exactly did it say?
I said not to trust anyone that we find here that I might know.
It said that Aelond will find someone he knows on Nar Shaddaa, but they're not what they seem. I don't know anyone else Aelond has met that he knew since coming here.
That's been the only one that I know of, other than Jarek, which I'm not even certain if he made it out of there alive.
Who?
The dude who... never mind. He was one of the people who stayed behind. He was...
Hmm?
He didn't come with us, but he was with us. At the bottom of the elevator, just after you woke up. But
He is
I don't
an
even
exchange.
know her.
He's an exchange boss. He's the one who put Aelond and you in there. He was the one. He was the voice that you heard. Running the
Okay, if he chose to stay behind, that's his business then.
yeah. I don't know if he's stay alive. I wouldn't put it past him to stay alive in that, but at the same time, he chose to go back down there. So, well, that's his choice. All right then.
Do we have any spare communicators and utility belts or anything?
Uh,
There, from what Riddick said, his ship had clothes, right? Which would mean you'd have like a couple of supplies in there, wouldn't you?
Yes, there are comms, light weapons, smuggled things, mostly vibroblades. Um, but you should find communication works that you need.
That'll do.
then maybe you should all go get the things you need. Say goodbye to whoever you want to. Well, in your own ways.
I'm not certain if it would be wise to actually go back and say goodbye to her. It might be our last chance for her to kill if she is an imposter. As much as I want to go back, there's been a lot that's happened in 2 years. One of those involved a knife from a young lady who would not stop attacking. So, Riddick, would you tell her that you asked me to go on an urgent mission, try to take care of a few things. I'm certain you'll come up with something.
Yes, and I'm sure she'll be upset, but
Oh, of course.
I can handle that. I'm used to people being upset.
Shiloh all of a sudden like closes his eyes and then just like starts gagging. He's like, yeah, Jarek is dead.
Are you okay there, fish sticks?
What just happened?
I can guess.
Are you alright?
I'm just like blinking my eyes and like, like trying to rub the sight of what I just saw out of my eyes. I'm like,
You wanted to know. You didn't need to foresee, Jarek. You wanted to know.
Are you okay there, fish sticks? Do you need something?
I like that nickname. But
Shouldn't you have just seen the Hssiss that Jarek was inside of?
No, it was worse than that.
Alright.
Also, Radic, will you take care of my fox? Well,
I forgot about that. I forgot about that till just now.
Pachez is a mass murderer. Alora may be an imposter, but please keep the fox alive.
I suppose that seems like the simplest thing that I have to do. Anyway, yes, the ship's name is the Errant's Emissary. It shouldn't take you long to get there. I'll let my people know you're coming.
Alright.
Well, good luck. Lexa, may I speak with you for a moment?
Of course.
He'll gesture and walk off a little bit.
I'll follow him. Nod in reassurance to the others.
Stay safe, dear.
I actually wanted to speak to you as well.
I do not know if the eraser can be trusted. If it seems like he can't, then no matter what the rest of the group says, I don't think you should try to go near him. I'm still not sure whoever you're going to meet is actually going to be the eraser. Could be a trap. I still don't know who he's working for. I would use caution.
Yeah. I will be cautious. The others, I'm sure the others will be cautious as well, but I will be on the lookout for anything.
So what did you wish to tell me?
It's that droid, Jim. He was built by Pachez, and while he may seem like he has some harmless quirks, there's something about him that's always deeply disturbed me, and I can't quite put my finger on it.
What do you mean?
He was built by Pachez after Pachez found out what I am. And he's always seemed to sort of wish me to endear myself to it. It's almost like Pachez treats him like a person. I
That's
find this
interesting.
odd.
Well, he's clearly not like you or me. Maybe Pachez was attempting to figure out how we work by building his own. Clearly a failure, but I don't think that means you have anything to worry about from him.
That's just the thing. I don't want him to be anything like us. We are unique, but there's a curse that comes with that uniqueness. I would much rather if he was a normal droid.
Well, from my limited interactions, I think he is. And it may be Pachez doesn't believe that, but as far as I can see it, he is nothing more special than your companion droid R1S, with a bigger personality to be sure. But not the same.
Well, the same will you find out for me. In whatever way you have to.
I can take a look at him.
And if you find something that is potentially might allow him to
Yes.
get to our point.
Mm-hmm. Would you like me to remove that part of him, or would you like to remove him?
I think you will know best what to do. You who have all our memories.
Well, sure, I had one more thing to do, but that should not be difficult.
I probably wouldn't have said anything, but after what happened, what I know Pachez is capable of, I can't trust anything that he's touched.
I'll dig through his programming, run a diagnostic on him. If there is something, I'll find it.
All right. Thank you.
Out of character. Poor Jim. What are you? You guys are planning his assassination.
Okay, so you all head off to... So you all head off, you find this ship. It's very brand new, top of the line.
You said the errant emissary? That's what it's
Errant
called?
emissary, yes.
Errant emissary.
Can I see what kind of equipment it's got on there? Using like a pilot check or something?
You mean like what kind of like weapons or things? Like that the ship actually has?
Yeah, pretty much. Or use computer or something.
Sure, I mean once you get on the ship you can pull up all the schematics, so as long as you know how to read those you can figure out what's on it.
Well, I'm a trained pilot and a trained computer user.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes. You can, yeah. So it's it looks pretty new, like brand new. It seems to have a pretty fast hyperdrive. It's kind of like a luxury shuttle, but it's not. Like the inside of it, when you walk in, is very. It feels like it's been completely redone on the inside for maximum comfort, but the outside, it looks more like a utilitarian sort of shuttle. that a military might use just for general transportation. So it's got a couple of auto turrets on the outside, but that's about it in terms of armaments.
All right. And I find the jacket, right?
Yes, you find a jacket that you like.
Okay.
You shall describe that however you wish. Radek has a lot of cool-looking clothes because he's a man of style. Or a sentient droid of style.
He is a person of style, shall we say. Since it seems android is not descriptive enough, but man is at the same time not quite accurate. So person sounds fine. Okay. Just be a standard, a nice jacket, but more of a weather jacket, like what people would wear outside all the time.
All right. So you find your jacket, you pull up the ship, and that is where we will end it for tonight.
Well then, sounds like we have an adventure ahead of us, and lots of stress-inducing everything. For those of you who are watching the recordings, I hope you guys have fun with this and understand we the players are just as confused as you are, and also just as intrigued, shall we say. But anyways, I hope you guys have a good night, and God bless.